I am Jenina Angela Listor, a third-year student of Bicol University College of Industrial Technology, taking up Bachelor of Technical Vocational Teacher Education, major in Garments, Fashion, and Design. First of all, ma'am, I am sincerely grateful for your gracious acceptance of my invitation to partake in this interview. Your willingness to share your insight and expertise is truly appreciated, and I am honored to engage in this meaningful conversation with you.
Okay, so good morning too, and I am also proud and happy that I was chosen by you to be the person where can give you some of the insights about the things that you would like to know in relation to your studies. So of course, there are many principals available, but you have chosen me as a special. I consider it as a special one because I know there is something in me that somehow inspired you to choose me. Okay, so good morning and thank you also.
So let's start.
Okay.
What is your current job title and tell us more about it?
Currently, I am the school principal 3 of one of the public secondary schools in Libon, the Libon Agro-Industrial High School. And of course, before I get at that position, I also applied for the entry position, which is teacher 1. Then I was promoted into teacher 3, head teacher 3, principal 1, principal 2, and principal 3.
What inspired you both to pursue this career and how did you get started?
Actually, this is really my passion. So I really love teaching, and maybe because through the influence of my parents, my relatives, so most of them are in the teaching profession. So I was inspired to be one of them. And there's a lot of challenges, of course, in attaining this kind of position that I am having now. So as what I have said earlier, I started as a teacher 1, and by the way, after graduation, I had the experience of teaching in private school for 1 year while I was waiting for the result of the examinations for teachers. So that during the time, our batch was the last to take the PBET. So, but now it is already the licensure examination for teacher. So during that time, it took almost 1 year before we received the result of the examination. So I had to work first in a private school in Piwi. And after that, before the end of the school year, I already received the advice telling me that I passed the examination. So I decided to resign in that institution because, of course, our aim is to look for a job which is a lifetime or a long-term job. So I started applying at division office located then at Bicol University campus, main campus. Then luckily, September 1996, I was hired as a public school teacher, specifically a science teacher, because I am majoring in chemistry. Then after 2 years, I was promoted into teacher 3. And of course, I was inspired to pursue my studies, and I finished the Masters of Arts in major in chemistry at Bicol University Graduate School. Then after that, I tried to apply to a higher position, and luckily, I passed the qualifying exam for principal. But then during that time, the principal item was not yet available. So the division office offered me to, if I am willing to accept the head teacher 3 position. So I decided to grab the opportunity because in a way that will also lead to the position where the position that I was aiming during that time. And after 1.5 years, the principal one position was already given to me. Then I worked for 1.5 years again and promoted to P2 because I continued my studies at Bicol University graduate school. Then after that, I applied for reclassification of item because the regional office called for reclassification of items. So I also tried because I know my documents is also, or the documents that I am having will suffice the requirements for that position. And luckily, I was able to get that reclassification item. And it is already my second year as the Principal 3 of Bicol Agro-Industrial High School. And it's not that easy, or it's not a walk in the park, but it's a walk in a Jurassic Park in achieving your goals. So all you have to do is to have that determination, of course, our faith to God that everything that we encounter every day will is in accordance to His will, and whatever circumstance or problem, if we consider that as problem, but for me, these are just challenges. So whatever negativities that arise during the process, you should always embrace those negativities because those are parts if you want to really succeed.
How many hours per week po ba do you typically work?
Okay, typically we are required to work for 8 hours a day. So in 1 week, we are required to render 40 hours a day. However, in the nature of work that I am having, it is always important to always be available anytime, because in the exigency of the service, sometimes we do not know if the service needs us at those times where we consider that those are already outside of the working hours. So in the exigency of the service, we have to extend our time. So that is the nature of work of a teacher, not only of principals.
What do you like most po ba about your job?
One thing that is good in our job, in our career, is that we handle different kinds of people. So we deal with different people from different circumstances, and because of that, we are also we are also having the opportunity to study different types of individuals, and we are also learning to adjust to the differences that they have as we deal with them. So it's a matter of dealing with people, how you handle the different situations, how you handle the different behaviors, and of course the different aspects of shall we say human relation with them.
What do you like least naman po about your current job?
So far, there's another instance that I don't like the things related to my job, because if you really like what you do, if this is your passion, then everything would be taken positively. So parang depende naman sa iyo, wala ka namang masasabing yung hindi mo gusto, kasi once na gusto mo yung trabaho mo, mas magiging magaan. So it's just a matter of knowing really what you like to do or the career that you want to pursue.
How do you feel about the company culture po, or describe your working environment?
Okay, so far I could say that in every station, because it's already my 5th station. So I've been to Magpanambo National High School for almost 15 years. Then I was assigned to Panimpoy High School for 1.5 years, and kapura ko na siya na high school for almost 5 years. Then Maanito for 2 years. And now, it's my second year in Libon Agro Industrial High School. So far, I could say that in every station that you will be assigned, iba-iba ang culture nila. So, you cannot really compare kung saan ba yung mas maganda. Kasi iba-iba naman talaga ang nila. Sa halimbawa, sa first district doon sa Tiwi, because I experienced teaching in Tiwi and in Malilipot. So sa Tiwi, iba naman ang culture nila. Pagdating sa Island School, sa Rapo-Rapo, iba din ang culture. Pagdating sa second district, sa Kamalig, iba ang culture. And doon naman sa third district, iba din naman ang culture nila. So therefore, kailangan nating pag-aralan kung ano yung environment. Kailangan natin pag-aralan kung ano yung klase ng environment. So, ang unang-unang dapat natin gawin pag na-assign tayo sa isang lugar is to have environmental scanning. So, know first the people, know the place, know their culture, and yung mga yung mga bagay-bagay na sa tingin mo kailangan mong malaman para mas madali yung pag-deliver mo ng trabaho mo doon sa kanila, mas madali yung pakikisama mo doon sa kanila. And the working environment that I am having now, I consider it as one of the best kasi very cooperative ang mga teachers, and yung community niya is very accommodating. Then the cooperation from the parents, from the stakeholders is very kumbaga ma-appreciate mo talaga dahil ang culture nila is once you tap them, once you need their help, they are always ready to help.
What do you consider to be the key skills and qualities needed to be successful in this kind of career?
So as what I mentioned a while back, so it's having a happy disposition when you are working, always have that happy disposition because it's natural to encounter challenges, problems, or situations that you may not like. However, if you have that happy disposition, everything will be easy. So you can solve the problems at hand. You always have that willingness to do other tasks in order for you to overcome those challenges. Another is your skill of handling people. So when you are a public servant, of course, you need to deal with people, and you should have that skills in handling with them. You know how to adjust when adjustments are needed, and of course, you should always have that humility. So always be humble anytime, anywhere. Do not think that you are in the pedestal because after all, we are just equal.
How have you developed your skills and knowledge in this field throughout your career?
I continued my studies until I finished my doctorate degree, and there are always times for professional growth, like attending seminars, trainings, and you can also have your own way of honing your potential or your qualities through reading, through navigating with the use of the technology. So marami na yung paraan para magkaroon tayo ng professional growth or personal growth even.
Parang lifelong learning.
Yes.
Have you faced any significant challenges or setbacks in your career? How did you overcome them, and what did you learn from these experiences?
There are always a lot of challenges in the profession, especially that we deal with people. And in an organization, like in BTVTEd, specifically in school, it is always the human resource or the people in the organization which is the greatest challenge, or the yes, the one that gives impact to the career or to the job. The kind of individuals that you deal sometimes gives you a challenge, of course, because you cannot please everyone. Diba? You are not everyone's cup of tea. So you cannot please everyone. There are times that you need to be firm. Kailangan mo maging firm sa isang decision mo. And you should always consider the good of the many, not the good or the advantage of only few. Because if you are going to consider only the advantage or the good of few, then mawawala ka doon sa goal mo. And our goal is to have the service for the many, or for the good of the many. So it's not the it is not always good to follow the crowd, because you have to consider the goal, you have to consider the advantage of the many, not only of the few. Yes, there are times that some may sometimes others may not be happy. They are unhappy with what you do because they feel that they are you do not consider their request, or you do not grant what they wish. But then you should always think that you are working not only for them. They are only few, but you are working for many. So consider those who are waiting for your service, those who are really needing your help, your service. So not only the individuals who request or wishes you with some special cases. Kung in my case, may mga times lang ibang teacher, ang gusto nila yung ma-please mo yung gusto nila, and happy sila kapag ginawa mo. Pero ang iisipin mo, yung mas marami ba ang magiging happy kung susundin mo lang siya, or yung desisyon na pinag-isipan mo para sa mas nakakarami. So doon tayo sa mas nakakarami ang mas magiging happy or magkakaroon ng advantage kaysa doon sa isa or sa iilan para lang maging happy siya. So may mga times na kailangan natin din i-sacrifice yung iba kung ang iisipin natin yung para sa karamihan.
I heard that it is somehow looking at the brighter side.
Yes.
What do you consider to be your biggest career achievement so far? And how did you reach for these accomplishments?
Okay, so far I consider seeing those individuals who are already successful now as my biggest achievement. So actually, I am happy to say that in the previous stations where I worked, there are lots of individuals who have been promoted too. So in my stay in Rapo-Rapo, because in Magpalambo, I was not given that longer time to be their school head. So 1.5 lang, and during the time, nasa adjustment period pa ako. So hindi ko pa masyadong gamay yung trabaho. Then, nung na-assign ako doon sa second school, I already started doing great things. Then may mga teachers na encourage ko na magpatuloy yung kanilang pag-aaral. Then nag-apply din sila for promotion. And lalo na doon sa Rapo-Rapo National High School. So doon nag-start meron na mga na-promote na from teacher 1 to teacher 2, then teacher 3. And as of now, I have produced 2 school heads also coming from that school. So 2 na sila nakalabas. Then pagdating ko ng malilipot ng San Jose National High School, I was able to produce 1 school head also, and 3 head teachers, 3 master teachers, and almost 30 na na-promote from T1 to T3. And pagdating ko ng Ribbon Agro Industrial High School. During the first days, muna ako ng environmental studying, and I was able to know na ang dami ng teachers, almost, nasa sila, 100 plus teachers, and most of them are still in the teacher one position, and there's only one master teacher. So sabi ko, how come that this is a very big school with a very big population of the teaching staff, isa lang ang master teacher. So are you not working for you to be promoted or something like that? Then ang reason nila is that hindi nila alam, hindi sila guided kung paano yun gagawin. So I encourage them. I had a meeting with them, and I told them that madali lang naman yung basta ready ang papers. Then I encourage them to continue attending trainings, to continue attending seminars, and of course, sinalage ko sila na kapag binibigyan kayo ng task, do not always consider that is a burden on your part. Dapat isipin nyo na binibigyan kayo ng task because the head or someone who is giving you the task is seeing the potential in you. So, meron kang potential na nakikita, kaya binibigay yun sa'yo. So, na-challenge din sila, nag-attend yung iba ng training kahit ayaw, pinupush ko. Minsan ayaw, inililista ko. So, napipilitan sila mag-attend kasi nakalista na sila. Pag may lumabas na division memo, nandun yung pangalan nila. But in a way, kahit nung una, para may resistance sa kanila, nakita ko unti-unti na-embrace na nila yon, and ngayon, marami na yun na-promote sa kanila. So, meron lang 6 na master teachers. Para 2 years pa lang ako. So, 6 na master teachers, and marami na yung mga naging teacher 2 and teacher 3. Then, yung iba, nag-aspire pa din na mag-apply habang kung may nalalabas yung division ng memo na nagko-call ng application for promotion or for reclassification. After all, we are not only working for the people, but we should also work for our family, for ourselves, of course. And one of the self-actualization, of course, is being promoted so that you can serve more. Because the reward of working is to work more.
So that was so amazing po. Nakaka-proud that as a successful professional in your field to produce many professional individuals.
Yes, because you cannot consider yourself as successful if you don't have successor.
How did you stay up to date with the development and trends in your industry or field?
Okay, so nowadays it's very easy to be in the trend because of the technologies that we have. So you can upgrade yourself because you cannot give what you do not have. So always be updated because in the organization where I belong, kung sino yung dapat na mas updated, dapat yung school head para ka din sa mga teachers na maging updated din sila.
Can you describe po ba your long-term career goals and aspirations, and how do you see yourself progressing in this field?
Okay, well, honestly, I am applying for the PSDS position. I have submitted my documents and waiting for the time for the schedule of the interview. So if ever I was lucky to be chosen, if ever I am lucky rather to be chosen as one of the PSDSs, so of course my goal is to serve bigger community because in school we are only confined in that school, but if time permits for me to be one of the public schools district supervisors, then I will be serving more because I will be handling, just in case, congressional districts na. Halimbawa, kung ma-assign ako ng Daraga, sakop ang Daraga, Kamahig, Ginabatan, and Rapu-Rapu, 2nd Congressional District. So, medyo marami-rami ang ang clients mo, ang grupo na pagsisilbihan mo. And speaking of long-term career, of course, I will be honest, I want to of course to be one of the SDO personnel, yung mga nandiyan sa division office. But if that is God's will and if time permits, that will happen. If not, then of course God has a better plan for me.
That's nice to hear, Ma'am, and I wish you all the best, Ma'am. May God bless you in your future endeavors.
Okay, thank you too, and I am also hoping that one of these days you will be one of the co-workers in the field.
Thank you so much, Ma'am, for your words of encouragement. Next question. How do you stay motivated and engaged in your work over the long term, and what strategies do you use to maintain your enthusiasm and focus?
Of course, I am inspired with those persons whom I have touched. I am inspired seeing those individuals who are now successful, and yun na lang, kumbaga yun ang nagiging motivation ko to continue, and of course, my family. So, I am inspired to do more because of my family.
How do you define success in your career? Are there any specific accomplishments or milestones that you are working towards?
Okay, I consider my career as a success, or I am successful because I am happy with what I am doing. I am happy with helping others. I am happy serving them. And of course, I am happy seeing also individuals who are successful now. And speaking again of long-term goals, sama? So, yung long-term goals, yun na nga, I am happy to see also successful individuals. I want to see more of them grow professionally and in their chosen career, or yes, in their chosen field. And of course, I want to stay happy in my work.
How do you approach balancing your work life and personal life? And do you have any strategies for maintaining a healthy work-life balance po ba?
So, our job is somewhat pressing. We are always pressed for times, laging may time constraints, and we are bombarded with lots of tasks. Marami, lalo na nung times na nagkaroon ng pandemic, very challenging ang trabaho ng mga teachers, ng school heads lalo na. And after ng pandemic, yung adjustments naman kung paano ibabalik doon sa new normal na tinatawag. And after that, meron na namang pagbabago, the challenge in the educational system wherein we are challenged with the results in literacy and numeracy. So, kailangan na gumawa ka ng contingency plan kapag may mga times na hindi nakakapag-attend ng klase yung mga estudyante, kagaya nung nung Mayon, diba? May mga disruptions ng classes, may mga times na walang pasok. So, kailangan mong mag-isip kung ano yung mga interventions na gagamitin, ano yung mga ways na kailangan mong ipatupad doon sa mga clientels mo para hindi maputol yung learning ng mga bata, and yung goal mo, yung mga na-iset mo na goal sa schools, na ipagpatuloy mo pa din. So, going back to your question, it's always a matter of loving your work. Yun lang lagi ang iisipin mo. If you really have that passion, everything will be easy and every obstacle or every problem can be solved. Aside from having that happiness position, time management. So time management is very important in balancing your work because we are working. I am a working mother at the same time. I am a school head of a school. So therefore, I need to balance my work. So I need to have time for work. I need to have time for the family. I need to have time for myself also. So kailangan nating magkaroon ng proper management of time. Kasi kung hindi, mako-confine ka lang doon sa isang portion ng buhay mo. Kung sa work, doon ka lang sa work, then mapapabayaan mo yung isa. So using the time management, having that proper time management, makikita mo or kumbaga meron kang plan kung paano mo i-schedule yung mga activities para at least mayroon kang allotment na time sa isang bagay, hindi lang doon sa isa.
Yes, po. So this is the nature of balance can be applied. And for the last question po, ma'am, in light of your experience, what advice would you offer to individuals who aspire to pursue teaching as their future profession like me?
Okay, so first and foremost, if you really like to continue the teaching, or if you really want to have the teaching as your profession, first is to know yourself. So what you really would like to know, are you really into teaching? Do you really love to teach? And do you really want other people, or do you really want to mingle with different kinds of individuals? Are you ready to make some adjustments if necessary? And of course, are you ready to handle different circumstances, different obstacles if you consider that as obstacles, or you can consider them only as challenges as part of the job or the work that you want. And another thing is that you should always be focused. If you really want to have that as your profession, then stay focused. Hone your potentials and of course work for you to achieve your goal. And the last is, don't forget one up there, because he is, after all, our guide in everything that we do.
Thank you so much po, Ma'am Shari, for taking your time to participate in this interview. Your insights and perspective is truly valuable and greatly appreciated by me po. I am grateful po for the opportunity to engage in this meaningful conversation with you, and I look forward po to the possibility of future collaborations.
Thank you so much too, and I just do hope that I have given you something, and I hope that you are inspired to pursue what you aim for and to continue chasing your dream. So congratulations and in advance, and all the best.
May God bless us.